Hey, so I'm going to do the first part now, obviously, of this series. We're going to look for a project to do and then just go through and design it and basically go construct it and then add it to the maps and things just so everything can be nice and organized still. If you hear any background noise, that's all fine. Basically, I live in Newcastle in a flat and there's a football match on tonight, so there's quite a lot of sirens outside and things like that. Also, I've got my partner with me, so she's next to me as well. So there may be little bits of background noise, but it shouldn't be too bad. Now, what I'm going to quickly do is first look at the map. So I have the map open. I kind of keep these just alongside as I'm playing. And one thing that I've been wanting to do for quite a while is basically connect these two sections here. Obviously, I've got this station here called Chaffing Hill, and then this one called Flund Hall. I want to connect these up, and I'll come and show you the area. So it's right over here. OpenTTD does kind of jitter a little bit, I've noticed. It kind of skips frames every now and then. It tends to be when it's saving the game, which is kind of fair enough. But yeah, I've had this idea for a while. I've got this city here called Flund Hall, and a lot of the passengers here basically can go to any station. So 1,000 of the 6,000 passengers waiting can go to any station, so that's something that we can use. But a lot of these passengers generally are going to locations that this station up here can connect. Now, I've not actually looked at the passenger usage for this station, so I'll just have a look now. Right, so what I'm going to do is... So here, I can kind of see straight away, I open it up, and anything with 1,000 or more passengers is something that I kind of need to address pretty urgently. So I'm going to open up my station list, and I'm going to try find where Gonton is, because I don't remember. Oh, it might not be a station, so I'll put everything on Gonton. Let's have a look. Gonton, so it's a station with nothing waiting. It's there. Whereabouts is that? Flindle. Oh, perfect. So here's the station we're wanting to connect. So it's basically within this branch line, and that pretty much straight away says that we need to connect it. Oh, and there's the second city, Chutberg Springs, then Flund Hall. Is that down here too? Right, so two of the passengers, like the 1,000 passenger marks, want to go to stations on this branch line, so that makes a lot of sense. Where's the third one? Where's Flund Hall? See, this is the issue with having maps so big that we can't remember where anything is. Flund Hall, there it is, sorry. Well, yeah, obviously. Wow, that looks really bad. Yeah, so, okay, yeah. So basically the three towns here that we're looking at, these are the ones that people want to get to. So it makes a lot of sense for us to connect the station there to here, which has recently just had an extension. So this section here is new. It's the last thing I did before starting the series, connected to this station here. So that's what we're going to do. So the first step is, obviously, I'm going to kind of just visualize and plot out where the railway can go. So straight away I can see that we're going to obviously have a junction coming off here somewhat. We've got a few villages we can service. So straight away here I'm kind of wondering where we can go. Is there any way I can kind of put down what I may be thinking? Maybe I should just demolish paths here. So the railway seems like it would go somewhere kind of down here. Now it can, obviously we're going in this direction. Now either one of these villages looks like it could be serviced by the line. I would probably say this station, this village here, because it's a little bit bigger. So straight away that's the kind of the plot the railway would take. Because I always want, obviously I don't want to take too many buildings away from a town when I build a station, because I still want there to be a population. But sometimes to keep it close to the city centre, just so there's ample passenger flow, I will knock a few buildings down on the edge of the towns or the cities, just so I can obviously get the station as close as possible. And then here we have, right, so 501, this population here. So we have a bit of a contour there, so we can kind of go through this area of lower terrain here. We'll figure out a station here. Then it would come over to this section here, which there's quite a large town. That also has a hotel here, so a station in this kind of region would be pretty much perfect. As if I click on the hotel, this has 90 passengers by itself, which can export, so that would be a really good move. We've got these two here as well. So we can have a station which would be in the catchment area for both these towns too. So, oh, whoops. So this actually gives us quite a lot of new custom, obviously alongside this route, a lot of more passengers to transport and stuff, which will be quite good for us. So that's basically the route we're going to take. Now it's pretty self-explanatory. When we get here, what we'll do is we'll basically take control of one of the services which are running through this station. So let's have a look. There's only one service. So obviously when I'm building new routes, I don't want to just kind of stick a train between the two stations that are closest to the ones I've connected. I want to make sure that surrounding areas are serviced by obviously the lines itself. So if we had a train that just obviously stopped here in Flunthall, then we wouldn't have the benefits of being able to go to these two towns here and transport those passengers. So we have to connect to the surrounding areas as well. I'm going to quickly, that's just my phone going off. We're going to quickly check where these originate. So they start here, right? That's a really long journey. So basically the branch line that services those starts off down here, goes up through Samway, it goes up this way here to the nearest big city, and then it goes up this branch line. Right, so all of that would need replacing. That's fine. Unless actually we kept that in place and we expanded these two out so it ran alongside. That could be viable. In fact, that's probably what I'll do. So instead of replacing the branch line, what I may do is have a service which starts here. We'll check where the passengers need to go. Fort Chatborough. That is the place we've just... no, it's not. Fort Chatborough. Chipberg Springs. I'm trying to see if there are if there's any demand really for the stations on this route. Fort Chatborough. So let's have a look at the station around here. I understand this may be quite hard to see. Okay, so that there's no real benefit of having it go to the next major station. The only thing I will try and connect larger stations generally with new routes, because it does give a few more options for passengers to get transferring trains. So although if I made the train terminate here, it wouldn't provide any direct benefits transporting the passengers at the northern end of the route. It would let some of the passengers here obviously get on the train to change, particularly here. Obviously just services that go east. So that is a consideration when using the obviously the setting, is it, where passengers have destinations. So that's what we'll do. So we're going to have a service which stops at all the stations along this route here. Then once it gets to Flunthall, it will service this station, and then it will run directly to Wanningley. Right, so that's what we're going to do. So I've already started here, expanding out. So I'm using the X key just to toggle transparency as and when. This is a diesel route, so we'll keep it diesel. There's no need to expand to electric. And generally when I'm starting routes like this, I'll always want to survey the two starting stations just to make sure they have an adequate amount of platforms and coverage around it. I mean, this is an averagely busy station. It's not hugely busy, but I kind of think we maybe do with an extra platform. Yeah, let's build an extra platform. So I'm going to expand the station outwards. So firstly, I'm just going to destroy these bridges. Now I'll always want to kind of rebuild the town and not just leave it demolished, just so I can encourage the town to put buildings in such a way that it will make it grow faster. So if I kind of left it here, it would take a long time for the town to recover, but I will always put a road network in place so that houses will come down quicker, and obviously we can get more passengers from it. So investing in the town can be is very important. So let's have a look. So get rid of this. So what I'm doing is we're going to make our fourth platform there alongside the current station. Now there's no point having the road here because we could have houses there instead. it would be more efficient it's more efficient to have one space between your stations at the edge of your infrastructure and the first road, because it does give you a lot more space for houses to develop. Even if it is at the cost of just demolishing a few houses to get that road in place, once they've rebuilt, their population will be a lot more efficiently stored in this area. So I'm going to create this road here. We'll connect that there. In fact, no, we can... again, it's handy to take away some unneeded connections, so the road already goes up here. In fact, let's do that. That way we have 2 free squares. So whenever I'm constructing, I want to try and get as many... My objective with constructing basically is within the current city limits, which tends to be about this. I want as many free squares as possible for houses to be able to be built. So I'm going to get rid of these 2 here. That will have to be demolished anyway. We'll rebuild the road like that. Let's build the bridge back up. So we'll have... I think a cantilever bridge would look nice. So we have the road set back up. We don't really need this bridge here because there is a level crossing connection that's appeared beneath the remains of the bridge. So we'll just connect those up like that. Not that it even matters, to be honest with you. As long as it has one route to the obviously to the city centre, then houses will grow in it anyway. Let's sort this out. So. Apologies for bashing transparency so much. So I'm going to drag this here. And that should be fine. In fact, if I do that, it will give... if any trains are departing from here or here, it will mean that trains can still enter these 2 platforms. So that will just help out a little bit. And we'll add an extra crossover there as well. So that's the rail infrastructure for the station. So let's add our signals in. I'm using these signals here, which are, I believe, I can't remember what the exact name for them is, but it basically means that they just act like oh, that's it. The advantage of these signals is that it will let a train pass, even if a train is in that block, as long as it's not going to obviously crash into it. So it's very, very handy for having at stations and such. But I tend to just use them all over the network as well. There are 2 different types of signals. So there's this one itself, and then the one to the right. The one to the right basically means that a train cannot pass the opposite way through it. So the ones without the sign on are bidirectional, which is why we use them at the stations. Having them in this arrangement means that a train will wait at this signal here if there is no platform available, because it is the last signal before it enters a platform. So that is the best station layout for signals. So I'm going to put one here just before the entrance to the station. And then I put my first signal there. I don't like putting signals here unless it's an extremely busy station, as if there was a train in the tunnel, then this junction is completely blocked by whatever's waiting at the tunnel. So it's best to let the trains wait in the platform so incoming trains have an opportunity to park up. With this being just a branch line, I'm going to space the signals out, and I find it quite important that you always have regular intervals for your signals, as it means that the trains will do their best to keep themselves parted without stopping. So I'm going to make the interval every 10 squares here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. So that's the 10th one. Then we have 6, 3. So here, 3, and then perfect. So we have this so far. Now we've got these 2 areas here. Now where are we going to build the station? So I'm going to keep it in. I'm going to use the generic rural station design I use, which is just 2 sidings off a main line. Also, apologies if the audio is going up and down at any point. I'm going to use this format here to just have a 3 tile long station, just on a siding off the main branch. It allows express trains to pass through the station, and it's generally the most efficient way to do it. So I'm going to use that. Now, the best way I can see is to get rid of these houses here, have that square there as where we're going to put the station. Now get rid of these roads. So having a station here would mean it'd be as close as possible to the town centre of Giraffing Bridge on the left. So that's the skeleton, almost, of what our station will be. Demolish that house. And I will add the bridge over. So girder bridge will do. And we'll connect it with this town here. Now, how am I going to get it from there to here? The best way is probably going to be a tunnel. So if I have a tunnel emerge here, it means that buildings can still be built at the top there, just above the tunnel's edge. I guess it's not very realistic, considering it'd be rather noisy to have your house on top of a railway tunnel, especially when it's only a few meters deep. Now, this is what I consider a steep, like a sharp turn. But I don't really see any other option with that industry being there. There's a hotel there as well. This could be an area for a few rural bus services, maybe. So, what we'll do is come this way, because here the terrain gets a little bit larger, a little bit taller, sorry. So we'll come around this hill and emerge here. So we will basically align this up like so. I can see the sharp curves of the little S junction here being potentially slowing down express trains, but well. So no, 6. I'll measure them from this end. So 2, 5, 5, 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That will do, because that's about 7 or 8 from the other one. So there's the first little section of the route complete. Let's get rid of the finance box. So at stations like this, it's a case of once a train reaches this point, it will know whether it needs to go into the platform or not. Again, it's obviously handy to have a signal at the other end, just so that the a train can pass along the non-stopping section of the line whilst the train is in the station. So it's important to have a signal at the other end of the platform.